Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the Hampton City Communications and Marketing Department. And today we're going to do a little bit of a different show. This is talking about people who are making a difference, and in this case it's a Hampton City employee. I want to welcome Tina Sethman-Benthall.
Hi.
Tina, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to say that I notice about you is your Hampton City uniform with the H right there. Tell us what you do for the city.
I'm a senior custodian team leader, crew leader. I have managed 7 buildings to make sure they're clean daily, you know.
And you've been working for us for about how long?
9 years now.
All right.
Full-time. Mm-hmm.
Now, that's your day job, but that's not why you're here today.
No.
Exactly. So obviously the second thing I'm going to notice about you is that you don't have hair.
No, I don't.
Tell us about that.
Well, I have alopecia, and I'm trying to make society aware about alopecia because you rarely hear about it. So this is why I'm here to let you know.
So when you were a child, did you always not have hair, or did your life change at some point?
Well, it started when I was like 6, 7 years old, 10, in small patches. And then 12, I woke up literally no hair. My mom thought that she was doing something. She kept taking me to doctors. They didn't understand. And then by 12 years old, she took me to King's Daughters, and they diagnosed me with alopecia universals. And
alopecia really just means hair loss. I mean, it's not like they know what causes it or how to prevent it, right?
No, they don't know what causes it or how to prevent it, but they say it attacks the autoimmune system, and it, attacks the hair loss, and it won't grow.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
okay, so this
no
happens,
cure right now.
Right. This happened to you when you were a preteen, which is a pretty crucial time in a girl's life where, you're changing and how you look matters a lot.
Yes.
So tell me about how that feels.
Well, growing up as a teenager with this disease, it was hard, being in middle school and high school, trying to get the kids to accept me, for who I am, because I didn't make myself this way. I mean, this is how God wanted me to be. It was His purpose. And so it was tough growing up. I tried to commit suicide twice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and one time that I tried to commit suicide was the girls chased me down the street to pull my wig off to stomp on it, and I was so humiliated. And I went home.
And so how old were you then?
I was about 14, 15.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I went home, tried to kill myself with the needles, and my mom saw me. She was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Mom, I can't take this no more. The friends, picking on me, teasing me. I can't take this no more. I can't help, how I am." So she took me, and she took me out to the grave site, and she was like, "You want to kill yourself? You want to be out here in this cold, dark, And I was like, "No, not really. What is wrong with you?" So, that woke me up, and with the grace of God and His mercy, I'm here today. It is livable. Just because you have alopecia, you can live and be successful. I mean, I was depressed, I had my moments because society plays a big role with, having hair.
It does.
So.
And you were laughing at me because already I had said something to you about looking in the camera if you need to adjust your hair, and you just cut up laughing. But you probably didn't have that reaction. I mean, it probably took a long time to
get here.
Build up that sense of self and that sense of self-esteem.
Yes.
I mean, as women, how we look is
matters.
Overly important.
Yes.
But it's very hard to change and to develop enough, self-esteem to say, that isn't just me. And with you, and let me ask you something else. This is probably also culturally insensitive, but hair matters to all women, but I also get the sense that black women have a particular, I mean, I remember when the gymnastics thing, Gabby Douglas's hair looked exactly the same as all the white girls' hair on that team.
Yes.
But there was a different set of criticism.
Yes.
Talk to me just a little bit about how that means to you as a black woman.
That really disturbs me, because we as women, as black women, are more than just our hair. You know, we are, it's more to us. If you get to know us, it's more to us than just hair. It's just hair.
But there is that, you know, importance that people place on it, and we as women, you experienced it with the 14-year-olds. We're harder on each other than, you know, than the guys are on us sometimes. It's, we judge each other in that very, I don't know what it is. Is it a competitive? Is it stereotypical? Is it reinforce our own sense of self? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. You know, that really is a good question. But we do play each other hard on ourselves. If our hair messed up, or is it, you know, look right, and you know, that is a good question. Yeah,
it is tough, and I think. Well, alopecia, and I will share this with you, but when I was a kid, maybe about the same age, probably around 12, I had a bald spot in the back of my head. And you could only see it when I wore my hair in pigtails. And Mom took me to the doctor, and they gave me shots, steroid shots into my head, and I screamed. I mean, that was like crazy painful. And she said it's not worth it. But you know, mine stopped there. It didn't expand.
That's good, because it is hereditary. Because my son, you know, as he was in elementary school, he developed a bald spot. And I was praying, I was like, oh, I didn't want him to go through what I went through, but it's different with men, for some reason.
It is, you know, well, I think some men still, would prefer not to be bald and continue, you know, with the comb over or other ways. And then other guys are just like, you know, forget it, it's cool to be bald. So at least they have that option.
Yeah.
Do you wear a wig usually, or a turban or a scarf? Or
I wear my wigs because I like my hair.
See?
You know, don't get me wrong, I do. I like my hair. But now I just want to be, if I want to come to work like this, I want to be free, you know. And
you have that choice.
Yeah, I have that choice. And I like my hair, and I usually wear the turbans or the scarves, but yeah, I like my hair. And as far as my son, yeah, he got those shots too. It worked for him.
Did it? Oh, I didn't go back. And, it hurt. Oh man, that hurt.
But mine was so severe they couldn't use it.
It was too late, probably.
Yeah, so it did grow back. He's 21 now, thank God.
You do not have a 21-year-old.
Yes, I have a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old. My daughter's in Maryland in college, Stevenson University, and my son goes to Thomas Nelson College.
Well, so obviously you had kids, you got married, or so tell me though if it affected your ability to have relationships or the way people looked at you when you're in that dating phase.
Yes. The dating phase when I was in school wasn't too good, you know, because I was different. And
everybody knew. I mean, you wore wigs then?
Yes.
But it looked like a wig, or you had to take it off for PE?
It looked like a wig, and they knew I was different. They you know, thought something was wrong with me, or that I had cancer, or I had something contagious, and but eventually, you know, when I did grow up, you know, I met my husband.
Now, did you go to prom? Did you date in high school?
I went to prom. I went by myself 1 year.
That takes a lot of nerve.
Yeah, then another year, I had my best friend. She asked me to go with her prom. And I thought that was cool. And I was like, wow, you know, somebody, you know, wanted to reach out and say, hey, come. So we went together and had a nice time. So
you met the man who's going to be your husband?
Yes, I met my man, my husband, James Benthall. We've been married 12 years now, 12 happy years. And I used to always cared about his feelings, about, you know, the way, you know, I look towards, you know, his friends or whatever. And he keep telling me, I love you for who you are, you know, and it's not because of your hair, you know. And so when I decided to come out, he was like, okay, now, see, you know, it's not all that bad, you know, because I was thinking of him and his feelings.
You wanted to protect his ability.
Yes.
The way you looked affected the way people thought of him.
Yes.
Boy, that's a lot to carry around,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Gee, that's a lot of responsibility,
Yes.
Tina. You shouldn't have to deal with that.
Yes, yes. And so now he's my biggest supporter of me now. Other than my mom, my family was my big support, you know, when I was growing up with this. Because when we was little, we didn't have, you know, a support group. That's why I started my support group, my organization, because, you know, now as women, you know, they said I opened the door. You know, a lot of people, you know, was scared to uncover, you know, because of society put on us.
So you took it upon yourself then to start a support group. You felt like you were kind of the only one out there, right?
Yes.
That's a hard thing from whatever condition you have.
The only one. And then, you know, when I did do my story in the Daily Press and then I got that first phone call, I'm like, wow, Lord, you know, I thought I was by myself. And then I got some more emails and I was like, okay, this is my purpose. So I said, well, I'm going to start a support group for women, and it's called Beautiful, Bold, Bald Women. Beautiful, Bold, Bald Women, okay. And so we have, you know, our first meet and greet September the 22nd, and I'm excited about it, and, you know, so we can, you know, talk and get to know, you know, some of our things. But, you know, when I do talk to the women, they went through the same things that I went through and thought about, and it's like, wow.
And it is rare. I mean, I think that is one of the things about this is your chances of knowing another kid who suffers from this as you're growing up aren't that great.
But now it's getting worse because now I know a child 15 months years old who has it. So it's starting a little younger now. So that's why, you know, it needs to be more aware, you know, and maybe, you know, we can find a cure because there's no cure for it.
Yeah, they don't understand much about it. I know. So you're going to have this support group, and how could people contact you if they're watching this show and thinking, oh my gosh, I've never, you know, had anybody I can talk to about this?
Well, you can contact me at my email address, www.yahoo.com or latina.sethman@facebook.com.
So Facebook is a good way right now. Okay, Latina. So we're calling you Tina, but your full name is Latina.
Yes.
Okay. Sethman, you better spell that.
Sethman.
Okay. And so do you have a long-term plan, or is this just already kind of snowballing from the media attention you've gotten?
Well, I'm not stopping. You know, I've been in the paper and the news, and I want to be in the Christmas parade because everybody needs to be aware. I'm not stopping now. So I do have long-term goals that I want to do, and you know, so maybe, you know, the society can stop and, you know, help, you know, find a cure.
So tell me now how you define beauty. If you are looking at yourself in the mirror or looking at another woman who doesn't have hair or looking at anybody, how would you define beauty?
I would define it just who you are. Just who you are. I mean, no matter if you have hair or not hair, I mean, just who you are, because that's how God made you.
I mean, I look at you and really what I notice is what you're playing up. I notice your eyes. You have, you've played them up with a little bit of color, they sparkle, you've got a great smile, and honestly, I forget the rest. I don't look because that's so captivating, and everybody has probably a little bit different sense of beauty, and a lot of it just comes from confidence. It is, you can't see who someone is if they're hiding it.
Yes,
and if
it is confidence.
Yeah, and you have a lot of that, and it takes so much more, I think.
Yes. It is confidence. You are so right. And the reason why I'm wearing blue is because this is the alopecia color, you know, awareness is blue.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so every disease, you know, pink for breast cancer,
Yes.
red for heart, blue
Yes.
for alopecia. Well, it
Yes.
looks good on you, actually.
Thank you.
It
Thank
really
you.
does.
Thank
does
you.
play up your eyes.
Thank
well,
you.
is there anything else that you want to add about this, about the disease, or about your life or your perspective that I've forgotten to ask?
No, I think we about covered it, you know. Covered it.
Well, Tina, I think, you know, I admire so much what you're doing and how hard it is to feel comfortable and to get out there. But it's so important to other people who maybe aren't ready yet to have somebody to talk to. So,
and if I could just help somebody, I mean, y'all can just reach out to me. I'm here. I mean, you can email me, Facebook me. I mean, I'm here. This is what I'm here for.
That's wonderful. And I really do want to thank you. And I'm sure there are
Thank
people
you.
out there who will get in contact with you
Yes.
because of this, and it may not even be alopecia. It may be somebody who's going through chemo and has that same feeling. And you know, you feel pretty crappy when you're going through chemo.
Yes.
The last thing you want to have to worry about is wearing a hot, sweaty wig all the time. So it is speaking to women about what makes them special and what makes them beautiful. And as you say, I'm not my hair.
Yes, I'm not my hair.
Well, you're definitely not. You're much, much more than that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tina, and thank you for the good work you're doing in the community.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this episode of Round Robin.